Everybody. It's Mrs. Becero here with another First Chapter Friday, and I'm getting myself into that back to school vibe, and I'm really excited to bring this book to you. It is by far the most highly sought after book on my classroom library shelf, and it is New Kid by Jerry Craft. It is a Newbery Honor Medal winner. And not only that, it is a graphic novel, which means there are a lot of pictures. Although it does resemble a comic book in some ways, it is definitely not a comic book. It is a real novel. It has a real plot structure, and it has strong themes, and it has engaging characters. And I know you're going to love this one. Before we get started, I just want to make sure that you have your First Chapter Friday freebie, which is something that you can grab right off of the YouTube description. And you can print it, print out a bunch of them, keep them in your reader's notebook. And this way, when you go to select your next book, you have somewhere to reference. Okay, so let's hear a little bit about New Kid before we get started. Jordan Banks loves nothing more than drawing cartoons about his life. But instead of sending him to the art school of his dreams, his parents enroll him in a prestigious private school known for its academics, where Jordan turns out to be one of the few kids of color in his entire grade. As he makes the daily trip from his Washington Heights apartment to the upscale Riverdale Academy Day School, Jordan soon finds himself torn between two worlds and not really fitting into either one. Middle school's hard enough without all the unspoken rules and expectations that come with being the new kid. Can Jordan learn to navigate his new school culture while keeping his neighborhood friends and staying true to himself? Okay, so as I read this to you, I don't want to say it's a challenge to read to you, but I really want you to be able to see things. So I'm going to be maybe pausing a little bit more and holding up these wonderful illustrations that Jerry Craft created. Okay, so let's get started with chapter 1. This is how I feel every single day of my life, like I'm falling without a parachute. I mean, I'm not really falling. That's called a metaphor. I learned about them in English. When I was younger, I used to wish I was Superman, so instead of falling, I could fly. But now that I'm 12, I realize just how silly that was. And you can see here, it's called Chapter 1, The War of Art. I'm just going to give you a peek of this, and I'm going to be trying to read it through and pausing so you can take a good look. I should have wished I was Batman. When you have a jet, you don't need to fly. Jordan, are you listening? Why can't you see how amazing this place is? Just look at their website, honey. You've shown me a jillion times, Mom. Yes, it's awesome. So you can see him sitting there, and his parents really want him to take a look at this website. Oh, honey, I know how much you wanted to go to art school, but you're so smart. Tell him, Chuck. You are smart, Jordan. It would be such a waste. This is one of the best schools in the entire state. It looks like Harvard or something. Tell him, Chuck. Yeah, it's nice, but it still doesn't seem to have much, you know, diversity, Elise. Well, is that helping? I'm just saying. They offer 5 language AP classes, the Harkness method, cross crew. What's crew? What's the Harkness method? I have no idea, but it sounds so wonderful. This is so exciting. Let me get my camera. Can I see what you're drawing? Nah, you won't like it. Are you kidding? I'm your biggest fan. Well, okay, Dad. All right, so he shows him what he's drawing. So take a look. Back to school. You really need to notice that everything in here is not the most positive description of what back to school can and should be. Well, the drawing is great, but let's not show Mom, okay? Yeah, I figured. Found my camera. Let's hurry before your guide arrives. Mom, please, use my phone. Jordan, my dad used to take the most amazing pictures with this camera. Your fingers are covering the lens. Okay, smile, baby. More. Jordan. So here he is, attempting to smile. Ding dong. Oof. They're here. Come give your mommy a hug. Have a great first day of school. Oof. Come on, I'll walk you downstairs. Bye, baby. What's the guide do again, Dad? They show all the new kids around the school. So, you good? I guess. Don't let anyone talk down to you. And remember, shake his dad's hand, firm grip, eye contact. Okay, here's another illustration of Jordan's, and I'm going to go through. It says, my dad's tips for being a man, shaking hands. The handshake is one of the most important rituals on earth. Step one, only use your right hand, even if you're a lefty. Step two, always look each other in the eye. Why? I don't know. Nobody does, but here's how to do it. Good hand, evil hand. Number three, remember the firmer your grip, the more that people will respect you. Bad, better, best, and on best, you're hired. And here are some other bad things: cold hands, sweaty hands, dirty hands, hands too rough, hands too soft. And the most important rule of all, never ever give someone the dead fish. I have no idea what that means, but I get it's bad. It's kind of like where you actually just let your hand lay there and you're not really gripping. Stay in the car, Liam, and lock the door. You must be Jordan, Mr. Landers, Liam's father. Step one, step two, nailed it. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Landers. So he feels he nailed the handshake. Chuck Banks, Bill Landers. Pleased to, oof, crunch. Guess that was a little too firm, huh? Go say hi to Liam. He can't wait to meet you. Oh, okay. Got your keys, Jordan? Yes, Dad. Wallet? Yep. Phone? Uh-huh. Hi, Miss Neal. Good morning, Jordan. The neighborhood watch. Hey, Liam. I'm Jor. It's cut off there. I'm Jor. Sup, Coach? Hi, Miss Neal. Hello, boys. Morning, guys. Remember, we have a game on Saturday. Y'all like my car? Yeah, right. Watch, one day I'm gonna have one just like it. Kenny, you'll be lucky if you get a skateboard. Man, forget you, Kirk, with your big head. You too, Carlos. I see you laughing. And then this is the next page, so it's really just to take a look. We'll have him back around 4. Thanks, Bill. Glad to help. We'll take all the help we can get. This whole thing is a little nerve-wracking. I know this is a big step. When he gets out in a few years, you'll see this was the right move. He's not being arrested, Masha. Oh, thank heavens. Buckle up, boys. Bye-bye, baby. Mom. And that is the end, chapter 1 of The New Kid. I really recommend this book to you. It moves very quickly with the style that it's written, and it's very engaging. And you get to see how Jordan's life unfolds at this new school and being the new kid. Um, I also hope that you'll join me next week because I'm going to be reading the companion novel to New Kid, which is Class Act. So I hope you'll join me then. And if you have any recommendations for me as to what you would like to hear on First Chapter Friday, just drop a note in the comments section and I'll do my best to make it happen. Until then, happy reading, and I'll see you next Friday.